Something shifts the moment a narcissist realizes you're no longer interested. And it's not subtle. At first, it confuses them. They're used to being the center of attention, the one people admire, chase, or try to impress. So when your energy changes, when you stop reacting, stop praising, stop caring the way you used to, it creates a crack in the image they've built of themselves. And that crack makes them uncomfortable. In the beginning, they'll try to pull you back in. Suddenly, they're attentive again, warmer, more charming. You might hear all the right words, see the version of them you once hoped was real. This is where the hot and cold behavior becomes obvious. One moment they're affectionate and engaging, the next they're distant and detached. It's not confusion, it's strategy. They're testing what still works on you. If you stay emotionally neutral, if you stop reacting the way you used to, they start to feel that loss of control. And control is everything to them. When your silence replaces your attention, their usual tactics begin to fail. That's when frustration sets in. Some will quietly shift their focus elsewhere. Many narcissistic personalities already keep backup sources of attention, validation, or emotional support. So if they sense you're slipping away, they may invest more energy into someone new. To you, it might feel like they've moved on overnight, but in reality, they were preparing for this long before you noticed. Others react very differently. If they feel they're losing something valuable, your support, your presence, or what you provided emotionally, they may escalate. They might push harder, say things designed to trigger guilt, or try to pull you back with emotional pressure. In extreme cases, they may even use alarming statements or threats to regain your attention. This isn't about love. It's about control. And when control doesn't work, image becomes their next priority. They may begin to rewrite the story. Suddenly, you're the problem. You're difficult, selfish, or unstable. They might speak negatively about you to others, not because it's true, but because it protects how they're seen. In their mind, they can't be the one who was rejected, so they create a version of reality where they were the one who walked away. It's a defense mechanism. But here's the deeper truth most people don't realize. They don't actually miss you the way you might think. They miss what you gave them. The attention, the validation, the sense of importance. That's what they feel slipping away, not the connection itself. And if they can replace that elsewhere, they often will. But if they can't, they may come back. Sometimes weeks later, sometimes months, even years. A message, a call, a casual just checking on you. It can seem harmless, even nostalgic, but it's rarely random. It usually happens when they feel a gap, when something is missing in their life, and they remember what you once provided. They may reach out with kindness, familiarity, or even vulnerability. But underneath, it is the same intention, to see if you're still available to step back into that role. This is where many people get pulled back in, not because they're weak, but because the emotional bond was real on their side. The highs and lows, the intensity, the connection, it creates a pattern that's hard to break. Even when you know the truth, a part of you remembers what it felt like. But here's what changes everything. When you truly lose interest, not just on the surface, but emotionally, internally, you stop playing the role they relied on. You stop feeding the cycle. And that's the one thing they can't control. At that point, their options are limited. They either move on to someone else who will give them what they need, or they keep trying to circle back, hoping you'll respond differently. Your power is in not responding at all, because the moment you stop engaging, stop explaining, stop reacting, you step out of the dynamic completely. And without your participation, their game ends.